Hey, what is up, traders? This is Stan Gluzman here with 7 Points Capital, bringing to you today's trader takeaways. So first of all, we have SPY kind of just grinding and grinding. Netflix has been really strong past few sessions. Broke out of this range, been ripping up. So whoever's been trading Netflix has been doing all right. I've been concentrating on small caps, and probably will be until the earnings season starts. And let's take a look at some of the small caps we've traded. So the main one today was FTK. So this one was it was an interesting one. By the way, I'm using new charts, TradingView, and I have a question for anybody who's using it. If you guys know how to get a ticker somewhere up here, because the ticker is right here, and sometimes it's I don't see the price. The ticker covers the price, but I need to see the ticker. Anyway, so today FTK gaps up on some decent news. They do have high IO, institutional ownership. Usually, very often actually, the stock, they wouldn't let the stock drop. They will support the stock and they will rip it up, and it'll be very squeezy on the day. Pretty high short interest, pretty high IO, pretty decent news. So kind of a good recipe for a squeeze. So out of the gate, I was pretty long biased, and then when this washed out, the bids were holding this washout. So I was buying this washout and I was adding. I was thinking we're gonna squeeze towards $3 at least. I was gonna trim some at $3 and potentially re-enter on dips for the rip, but that never happened. So I'm gonna pull up my executions here. So I got quite a few executions, but basically what I was doing is I was buying this dip here, selling some, buying this dip again, adding, I'm not sure what this is, I think I trimmed a little bit, and then adding more, taking a loss. So I'm buying the washouts, it bounces up, taking a loss, and then buying it more here, taking a loss. So buying it here, now I'm thinking, okay, so we failed to make a new low, and then we reclaimed. So now I'm buying back full size here, trimming a little bit, and then it rejects VWAP. So at this point, we had two potential scenarios. Scenario number one is a high IO squeeze. Scenario number two is a VWAP rejection. And unfortunately, I was positioned for the first one, and it dropped. So so here I started shorting it. From here on, I started shorting it, and I covered a little bit. So here I thought, okay, we rejected VWAP a couple times. Now I'm just going to trim a little bit, and then this is going to be backside, pretty easy backside, but then they save it. So from here, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So I just took it off, and it pops and then makes a new low and then reclaims. So this is kind of there's a lot of headache going on here. So I am down a little bit on the stock, not too much. Given the size that I was trading on the long side, I actually did all right, I think, because I did trade around the core a little bit. ATVI was my second one, also a loser. If you look at a 15-minute chart, we have a nice wedge right here. Let's see if I can pull it up on this one. 15-minute chart. I'm just getting used to these charts for now. So we were trading, yeah, see the ticker overlaps. So anyway, we were trading right here, and I thought, wash out, bounce, and then short the bounce with a tight stop. I was trading around the core a little bit to kind of improve my average price. So covered a little bit here, reshorted a little bit, thinking we're gonna wash out, and the buyers stepped in and we ripped, made a fresh high here. Got out for a small loss. And then two winners, I have HYRE. This looks like a pump, probably was a pump. Shorted on the front side. Didn't get too much size, so I was okay with holding it with like a 450 risk. And we washed out, trimmed a little bit, and then traded around core for the rest of the day, and then just covered the rest. They got pretty thin, and it was already 12 o'clock, so I don't like to hold these for too long. Same thing, TBLT. Actually started long. This looks like a long setup on the chart, but checking the book, I noticed a couple of big offers here in a high 90s, so I figured the risk reward is to the short side. So I layered out a couple of orders and got some good fills and trading around core. Didn't really get a good bounce, so re-added here and then trimmed the rest into the wash. And it got pretty thin, so covered it into the wash. And that's pretty much it. So the action is really dry. There's not much going on, so whatever's moving is probably like a chat pump. So I cannot wait until more volume comes in, either large caps or small caps or anything. So I think past 2 or 3 sessions has been pretty choppy. Looking forward to some real action. Yeah, those are the takeaways. If you guys have questions, you can tweet at me at Chakana Trader. This is Stan Gluzman. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.